Good morning, ladies and gents, or maybe evening, day, night, day and night. Anyway, this is Web Night. I am here with another mod, or shall I say, script that I turned into a mod. As you can see, I'm on a little kick with those kind of things right now. It's because I've made a lot of things for the past couple of years for the ops that I've been running, and all that stuff sits there. And I know that some people might be interested in it. There's people who've been asking me in my Discord about that stuff. Um, you saw that I released the mission scripts, right? The Project SFX voiceover. That was all part of basically one big thing. And now I'm releasing my simple support system. Again, uh, this mod is not trying to re-innovate things or like trying to replace stuff that exists in the workshop, right? Um, this mod adds ability to call in support. I know that you can set modules in Arma to do that. Trust me, I know. There is also just awesome mod called Simplex Support Services, which is amazing, and I use it pretty much everywhere. But I needed something more specific. I played Day of Infamy. I actually played it a lot. It's a Source game that came out, I think, 2018, and it has a really cool support system where you require radio man. If you played Insurgency Sandstorm, you know what I'm talking about because that system is also present there, where there is a squad leader and then a radio man, and you're able to call in support. Uh, it's simple as that. So let's go over and I'll quickly show you what this mod has, what kind of settings, and we'll move on. So if you're gonna scroll wheel, you will have the support menu. If you're a squad leader, you need to at least have 2 members in your squad to consider to be able to call in support. When you click it, you have a little menu that shows what kind of stuff you can call in. There's only 4 types, which is artillery, smoke artillery, supply drop, and CAS. And F5 to exit from menu, right? If you're gonna go into add-on settings, you will find WBK support, and there will be a bunch of settings in there. Let's go through all of them. So first one is support global. That means that whenever one squad leader calls in artillery, another one will not be able to call it because they use same quote-unquote guns to call it. This is useful for some scenarios, and sometimes you want every single squad leader having its own support. So you can untick that, and that will make so every squad leader has its own localized support. Custom voice lines. This is not something that I wanted to do, but like out of necessity. Um, in Arma, you have vanilla voice lines, which are again, I like them, and I even made a mod, which is Project SFX voiceover. But in some of my ops, to get rid of that, that thing where this player squad leader will do this thing where like 2 regroup, 3 regroup, and he will say that constantly over and over and over again. I set player's voice to no voice, or I disable their radio communications whatsoever. But that makes it that voice lines from vanilla Arma are I cannot use them, at least not with the commands that Arma has, where I can just like play a specific radio message. So I had to come up with something uh, custom for that. Again, this is only useful if no voice is present or you disable radio, or maybe you just want to have a custom voice lines. Those voice lines come from Day of Infamy, the game that inspired this mod, right? There is some really great voice acting, and for now I've only added three types of language because Day of Infamy is a game about World War II, so obviously there will be English in both like American English and British English and German, right? You can tick on untick that. It's all the preferences. So SL radio man required. That means that there must be a chain of like squad leader and radio man. If you are a squad leader with radio, you still will not be able to call in support because again, this mod was made that I wanted to make more cooperation between players. So even if it's only 2 out of the entire squad, um, unticking that makes it so the squad leader himself needs to have a radio backpack in order to call in support. If not, someone from his squad must carry one and be close to a player. If you want to have it like that, you can tick it. If you want squad leaders to call shit by themselves, you can just untick it. And the required backpack. That is a backpack that is required to call in support. There is no way how you can make it an item or something like that. It needs to be a specifically backpack. At least that's like how I envisioned it, right? You can put a base class in here, meaning that you do not need to put one specific class in there. What I'm trying to say is that every single class in Arma has like a base class, and you can put that one in there and it will work, meaning that if there is any backpack that is inheriting from that class will work. For example, here I have vanilla radio bag base class, meaning that all the radio bag from vanilla Arma does work. If you want to change it to something else, feel free to do so. So let's go over to the call-in supports. Artillery, quite simple. You can enable or disable it. The reloading time, meaning that how fast the guns will reload, quote unquote, right? And you will be able to call in stuff again. The class name, the shell class names, you can put anything in here, starting from cruise missiles, pretty much anything, even to like 9mm. The amount and the scattering. Same with the smoke artillery, it follows the exactly same path. So CAS, this thing is actually a little bit different because CAS is both planes and helicopters, at least like with this system, right? You can put a class name of any flying vehicle and the system will try to adapt the scripts to that vehicle in particular. I'll show that in a second. Same with supplies actually, because supplies, it says box class name, but it's actually, you can put a car in here, for example, or a truck, or any vehicle, and it will be paradropped to players, which is useful if you don't want players to have ability to call in supplies, but they might be able to call in like a, I don't know, a car and something, right? Those are pretty straightforward. You can tinker them to your liking. Let's go to the showcase. So I'm opening the menu, I'm looking there, and I'm requesting an artillery.
Requesting immediate
I turned
fire
Asian
support
for
at
some
the
reason,
designated
but
coordinates. Over.
Target location received. Ordnance is inbound. Out.
you can hear guns going in the background.
Rounds complete. Out.
Uh-oh.
We got a man down.
Splat. Out.
Well, my dude got killed, but anyway, I wanted to go back to the editor. So for example, let's go in again. I'm gonna show you the custom voice lines.
Two.
So let's go and enable that and call in CAS.
Solid copy.
Station, this is squad leader. Requesting a bombing run at this location. Over.
Yeah, so it's gonna spawn a plane that's gonna get in there and do the job. Let's request a supply drop.
Station, this is squad leader. We're gonna need you to airdrop us some supplies. Over.
Another thing with custom voice lines is they do change. So there you go.
We've got an enemy. Fast mover, 200 meters front.
So they do change depending if you're in combat state or not. So if I'm gonna do this,
2. Get set to engage.
and I'm gonna call in something,
Getting really sporty down here. You want to send the artillery? Tell them they gotta fly over here and drop some bombs! Now!
so this is the supply that I was talking about. It tries to get the magazines that all the players or units in your squad has and put it in here, as well as some IFAKs. Let's go back. Then, for example, for the supplies, I want to have a hunter MRAP. right? Let's copy the class and put it in here. And for the CAS, I want Blackfoot. Helicopter. Right here.
2, halt.
Copy that.
So let's spawn a couple of CSAF fellas in here. Let's call in helicopter.
Station, this is squad leader. I need air to strafe this location. Can you send them?
Yeah, so also voice lines do change depending on if you're calling a helicopter or a plane. Same with the supplies. I think not with the custom voice lines. I mean for the supplies. But if I'm gonna enable the vanilla voice lines, they will actually tell that they are sending a vehicle.
Requesting supply drop at the transmitted coordinates. Over.
Roger. Transport dispatch.
Yeah, there you go. So let's wait for a helicopter. Oh, it already engages, I think. Am I crazy or I saw a tracer? I might be going completely crazy. Also, let me set the view distance to... There's our car right here. And a helicopter that comes in. It will try to pick targets. Yeah, you can see the turret already looking.
Supplies been dropped. Out.
Where's the car? Oh yeah, there you go. It doesn't have any supplies in here, at least by default, but it already has stuff in it, so yeah. Let's see what the helicopter's gonna do.
200 meters left. 200 meters left. Rifle. 200 meters left. Man down.
Ow! 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 No! I'm trying to do a fucking showcase in here! God damn it! Come on, helicopter! Do your thing! Ayo! Yeah, it has a vanilla waypoint of seek and destroy, so it will try to find targets and immediately engage with them. And do a couple of runs. It's actually all defined by Arma. I haven't done a lot of scripting in it. I literally just spawn a helicopter and tell him to go and seek and destroy, and then tell him to go back to the original spawn point and despawn and activate the timer script. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, if you want something more in depth, I highly recommend it. Will be in the description of a Steam mod to use Simplex Support, because that mod allows you to do all the craziest things, right? There is like ability to choose what kind of like artillery you're gonna be using, in terms of like you can set the scattering, like if you want to do, oh my goodness gracious, can you stop firing? God damn it. But yeah, there is like helicopter, CAS, CAS planes, CAS helicopters in Simplex Support. There is ability to para drop there is like transport helicopters, etc, etc. Crazy things. I really enjoyed the mod. For something more simple, you can have this one. They can work together, right? Nobody's stopping you from having two of those. Therefore, yeah. I might do support for custom voice lines, meaning that you will be able to define your own voice lines in here. If people will find this mod useful, right? I certainly will, because I do use for all of the ops that I do. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. There is other things that I'm working right now. Speaking of those, I actually do have my Discord right here. I can show you a little preview what I'm working on. If you want to see more stuff, please join my Discord. I post there. I post everything I work on there, right? That is not going onto YouTube. I also have a Patreon. Feel free to send me a couple of bucks if you have some. If not, not a problem. I ain't requesting anything from you. Enjoy. I'll see you next time. Mwah.